to order. This is the Wednesday, February 7th, 2024, Shoshone County Commissioners' regular business meeting and consent agenda. If you would all rise and say pledge of allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, you may be seated. Okay, is there any changes to the consent agenda? None? Okay. Do we want to do public comment now or at the end?
I'll do it at the end.
Okay. Public comment?
Yes, I do have, right now?
Yeah, you got
Wonderful.
2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, my name is Douglas Thurber. I live up Burke Canyon Road in Burke, Idaho. And I'm concerned about voter fraud. Both sides of the political agenda talk about voter fraud, that it goes on and whatnot. But to the extent it goes on is some question. The most common way that voter fraud happens is by a mail-in ballot that is dropped in the drop box, or if our ballots get processed through a computer, where one click of the mouse can change the results of our election. I think we have a duty to the people that have preceded us, and now to make sure that our election process is completely free and clean of fraud. And I hope you all know that this last election, presidential election, there are a lot of accusations about the voting machines, the tallying of votes being done in Europe, and also the stuffing of drop boxes with mail-in ballots, especially in the key states. So I only have 2 minutes, but I have produced a DVD here that you're welcome to have a copy of, that you can peruse, because I understand that the issue of adding more voting machines is coming up in the next couple of weeks. And I think that's like a camel's head under the tent. The more machines you get, the less one-to-one contact you have with the voter and someone processing the vote. So I'm going to hand these out real quick.
Okay.
For your perusal.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know if you heard 2,000 mules. You don't have to comment, but
Okay, well,
I have
thank
one
you.
for everybody. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Okay, old business. Consideration of the minutes from January 29th to February 2nd. Have you reviewed those?
I have.
I have as well. Okay.
So
You want to do a motion?
I'll move to approve the minutes as they are.
Okay, I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. New business. There's no beer and wine licenses. Shoshone County payables. Have you
We are
reviewed?
going to table those. They're not here on time.
Okay.
Again.
Okay. Table those. Okay, no cancellation of homeowners insurance. Okay, resolution 2024-5 establishing polling places for 2024. Pritchard Murray is Murray Fire 21109 Coeur d'Alene River, Wallace. Mullen is Mullen City Hall 112 Terrell Loop, Mullen. Wallace is the Congregational Church 408 Cedar, Wallace. Silverton Cascadia 405 West 7th Street, Silverton. Osborne, the VFW Hall 4th and Mullen in Osborne. Kellogg Elks on 202 McKinley Avenue. Wardner is Mail Ballot Precinct. Smelterville, Silver Valley Worship Center, 307 Main Street.
And that's the one changing.
Okay, so it was at previous,
It was at the health clinic over there in a really small area.
okay.
So this will be much better for the voters.
Okay. Pinehurst is a Pinehurst Lions Club, 106 Church Street. Kingston and Cataldo is the Kingston Cataldo Sewer District, 42784 Kingston Road. Calder is a mail-in precinct. Clarkey as the mail-in precinct, Avery as the mail-in precinct, and absent Shoshone County Courthouse, 700 Bank Street, Wallace. And that was resolution 2024-5. Okay, the next item is removal of solid waste cash till. Oh, I'm sorry. Shoshone County Treasurer Bank Statement of Cash Balances. Have you reviewed that?
I have.
Okay.
Yes. I don't have any questions on them.
Okay, I don't either. Okay, now the next item is the removal of cash till. $100 back to, there's 3 cash tills. You want to explain a little bit?
Yeah. Solid Waste had 3 cash tills for making change. Come audit time, they realized they don't need the third one, so it's just putting the money back into their account, and we're only going to have 2 cash tills out there now, so
Okay.
no additional funds going out or being returned. It's just
Okay.
same monies.
All right. And the third is Health Tech. You want to explain that one a little bit?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So this is just a continuation of our previous agreement with Health Tech for the broadband planning consultant. It expired on December 31st, and so we've gone back through Health Tech and myself and didn't change anything except for the dates and the amount on the agreement that was previously there. So these have both been approved. This has already been approved through our legal and through theirs. They have already signed their portion of it. And so it's just having the commissioners sign this to continue that agreement for the BEAD planning for another 4 months. That is still the exact same amount that was originally approved.
Okay.
And we just have been conservative enough with how we've done the consulting that they gave me task lists. I went through it, and so we've made sure that it was very carefully used, and it's managed to get us through almost all of last year, and we've made huge steps in our broadband planning.
So how close are we? Are we getting closer with the?
Well, this is all dependent on the state now.
Okay.
So we have a whole lot. I'd say we're probably 70% of the way for BEAD planning. The holdup is that right now with the BEAD process, it's federal money. So the state of Idaho was allocated that $584 million, I think it was. They have to go through volume 1 and volume 2, which is a huge process of how this is going to be planned. Just the whole process from start to finish, and public comments and how everything is going to be handled. Their volume 1 was rejected, so they have rewritten that, or are in the process of rewriting that. And then once that is approved by NTIA, that will go to volume 2, which they have prepared, but there are components of volume 1 that have to be in place before volume 2 can be submitted. They are also in the process of figuring out what areas are going to be available. So it's not going to be geopolitical or census block. It will be areas. They're not even going to do school districts, unfortunately, which is what we were advocating for, because that was really cut and dried if you just put these school districts together as an area. But they are currently with GIS mapping, state mapping, and figuring out what that looks like. So the numbers I've heard are anywhere from 50 areas to 300 areas. So everything's just kind of we're here and there, we don't know if the door is still closed. The expectation is they have to have this ready. And I say that with a question mark because we're running out of time. They're running out of time on this. But that the applications will open in theory around August of this year. So what we're doing now, we went through the RFI, we got those requests, and I'm talking with all of those people that submitted the RFIs and saying, okay, we don't know what this looks like. We don't know who's even going to be eligible to apply. And now there's a pre-qualification process. So how do we bring this together knowing nothing but being ready to hit the road? And so we're in talks with 2 of the different people, and we're bringing some other people back into the conversation about what does this look like to apply for us. And so we're still waiting on what the state finalizes. There's another broadband meeting in February, the end of this month, that hopefully they'll have volume 1 ready to go and submitted, and then IDOT will figure out what they want to do from there, but we're still in a holding pattern until NTIA, which is the National Telecommunications and it's the federal broadband office, until they approve both volume 1 and volume 2 for the state to be able to go out to application, and then basically everything has to be shovel ready. So that's what I'm doing right now, is filling those gaps to be shovel ready.
Okay. When is the date that we have to have those spent by?
The bead or
the
this?
bead. This.
This is through 2026.
Okay. Now what about the bead?
The bead will be pretty quick too. I think that's the same because it is under the Jobs and Infrastructure Act money.
Okay.
And I have to go back and verify those because there's different dates, but it'll be around that time. So they'll open it at the end of this year, which means they know what it is and what the project is, and then you'll have until 26 to complete it.
Okay.
So that's the heavy lift is, I mean, we're looking at 2,600 square miles here, and we're talking hundreds of miles of fiber.
In 1
How
year.
do you get that done when everybody else is still buying, they're all buying those products? How are we going to take care of any of those supply chain issues and make sure that those projects are completed by the end of that due process? So we're getting there.
Okay. Keep us up to snuff on that. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Okay. You want to do a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And that was, that was tabling the Shoshone
Yes,
County.
tabling the payables.
The payables.
Until she gets them to us.
I'll motion to table the payables.
So, second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And then we'll go back to public comment.
Yes, I spent 6 hours going through last year's minutes and over the last 2 days. And I want to ask, at least make a statement. This drug counselor, is the secretary part of the grant? Because I was very surprised to read when it was presented to you guys, it wasn't presented that she was going to be the secretary. But in the office discussions about the new office space, it was brought up then that this position would probably need a secretary. So is that out of our funds, or is there county funds or grant money for that too? Second one is, the sheriff's office presented a grant to you guys 3-4 weeks ago for $80,000 they got. There's a 25% match. No place in the minutes does it say where that 25% is coming from out of their budget.
Okay.
This county is broke,
Mm-hmm.
and there's stuff getting slid in here that I don't believe we can afford.
Okay.
Last one is this 2:00 meeting on procurement procedures since August. This is the 4th or 5th meeting on the same subject. It's only a 7-page document. It makes it look something's going on, and it's not right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well noted. Okay. That is, we don't have an executive session under indigent cases, so that meeting adjourned.
Okay.